Hi guys, today I'm sharing with you how I manifest a specific person and I'm going to take you step by step with me. If you are new to manifestation, then this is a good example of how to do this. If you are advanced, then maybe there is something that you can learn from this video that makes sense and you're like, oh yeah, I would like to try this. But the most important thing is mindset. You have to keep this in mind. It's not about the desire. It's about you. And mindset is key. But before I get into it, if you're new here, my name is Al. Welcome to my channel. If you're in need of coaching, go to the description box. The information is there. But right now, let's get into today's topic. Regardless of what you're manifesting, the way to get what you want is comparable to a treasure hunt. The difference is that the road to that desire is teaching you lessons about yourself. It's not about the desire, it's about you. The treasure is actually you. We want to make this about the desire. We want to feel like, no, everything is fine. It's just this thing that is missing in my life. But experiencing the desire is just a byproduct of the realization that the lack that I am experiencing in the outer world is a reflection of the lack that I have within. Maybe because I'm not claiming what I want, because I don't feel like I'm worth it, because I don't feel like I deserve it, because I don't feel like I'm good enough. When you realize that, then you can change that. You can work on that, and you can become a version of you who sees this as the most logical thing. Of course I can have it. Of course I can claim it. Of course I can achieve it. Why? Because I have everything that I need to get me there. The desire awakens in you a hunger for change. And when you embrace that experience, when you start looking for the answers to your questions and doubts within, in your inner world, when you stop blaming others for how you are feeling, what you are thinking, what you assume of them, then you will learn the lessons that you need to learn to grow and to become a version of you who not only can have that desire, who not only believes it's mine, but that can also keep the desire. Everything starts with you redirecting your energy from the lack that you are experiencing in the 3D to yourself. If this is where the 3D is, if right now you don't have your desire, you can't force it or manipulate it and expect to have long-lasting results. It's not going to work because long-lasting results will only come from an internal change. Keep this in mind. The inner world is the cause and the outer world is the effect. So nothing can come from you trying to force the 3D to be a certain way. It will only get where you want if you align your inner world with the outcome that you want to experience. When people say mindset is key, they are 100% correct. If you are obsessing, you're desperate, you are anxious because you fear that you are losing the God of your reality, whether it's money, success, or a relationship, then there is no way that you can manifest what you want from that mindset. Because everything that is happening within you is telling you you are in lack. You are entertaining lack. You are feeling lack. You are actually manifesting more reasons to be obsessed, anxious, and desperate. Because we manifest what we are. We manifest more of our state. I have not created this rule. This is a law of consciousness. If you feel a certain way, you are going to manifest more reasons to feel that way. To get the results that you want, you will have to change your feeling state. And for that, you can use a few exercises to ground yourself. I'm going to talk about this a bit later. But let's say you are already grounded. So in the beginning, we want to understand what is it that we want. What is it that I want from a relationship? What is it that I want from a partner? Is there anything within me that is telling me that I cannot have it? We pay attention to thoughts, feelings, the feedback in the 3D. Everything could be information from our subconscious mind, making us aware of what is there. So if I am manifesting a relationship and I hear people telling me, oh, men are liars or women are this and that, and it's happening a lot, then it makes me question, what is there in my subconscious mind? Is this something that I fear to be true? Is this something that I have experienced in my life? If so, then I have to change that, because otherwise, this is what I'm manifesting. I'm manifesting a partner that will treat me this way. When you find the assumptions that are not in alignment with what you want, then you can change them. You can use techniques to do that. You can affirm, you can visualize, you can script, you can do so many different things. But as you become more advanced, you are not going to be using techniques that often, because everything becomes about mental diet. You are so aware of where your mind is, where your feeling is, that it is easier for you to notice, okay, right now I'm not feeling the way that I want to feel. Why? Take a look at the thoughts, take a look at the feelings. What does this mean to me? Why am I feeling this way? And you start noticing, okay, this is the story that is running in my mind right now. You can change it. So the more advanced you are, the more it's going to be about awareness. You are aware of your thoughts, your feelings, and you are always choosing consciously your perspective, the stories that you entertain. So now let's say you know what you want, you are clear about what you want, and you know what has to get in alignment for you to manifest that reality. The next step is, of course, using your imagination to imprint your subconscious mind with the reality that you desire. So you will visualize, you will affirm, you will script, you will use any source of imaginary act to imprint your subconscious mind with that reality as if it was a memory, as if it had already happened, as if you were looking at something that belongs to you. This is not an ongoing process. This is not something that you have to do until it manifests. I can tell you how it is for me. I visualize or I script. I do anything for a certain time, maybe a week, maybe two. But when I am visualizing, I am there, I'm focused. I'm doing this at times that I feel relaxed and happy and positive about the outcome, because I want to connect with that reality. That reality exists, okay? I'm just not aware of it right now, but it exists. And getting in tune with that reality, experiencing it firsthand, feeling like this is me, this is my life, this is how it has always been. This is what you need. When it becomes real for you, and it can take like a second or two, it can be a really fast thing. But if in that moment you are claiming that reality, then it's yours. So that's when I stop doing the techniques, because I know myself. If I continue doing the techniques, at some point, I would start feeling the lack, because why am I doing this if it's done? If it's done, I'm not going to do techniques to make sure that it's done. If I know everything is already moving around me to put me in the situation where I experience what is mine, then there is no reason for me to continue trying to achieve anything. But this is me. This is how I function, how I work. Maybe you are doing this because it's fun, then that's no problem with that. But if you're doing this with the intention, oh, maybe they're going to call me tomorrow, or maybe they're going to show up later because I'm doing this, then think about this. Your mindset is not telling you it's done. I believe that it's done and that is already happening for me. No, your mindset is it's not done. So you're manifesting more of it's not done. Experiencing your desire in imagination and self-concept work. So observing your thoughts, your feelings, your perspective, changing the stories, aligning yourself with the reality that you want. This is what you need to achieve your goals. This is all you need to create change within. And that change within is going to create change without. Circumstances are just the materialization of assumptions that are not in alignment with what you want. Imagine this. If you think you are not good enough, then you experience people leaving you, or you experience a third party, or you experience being rejected. You may not connect both, but the rejection, the abandonment, the third party is coming from you thinking that you are not good enough. So it is a materialization of that assumption. If you don't trust people, then you are going to experience people being sketchy, being deceitful, being liars. And it's all because of the assumption. We don't focus on circumstances because we are not fixing anything. We are not fixing something that is broken. It's not broken. It's always in harmony. It's in harmony with my inner world. So if you have to fix something, then you have to fix your assumptions. You have to fix your inner world. You have to realize maybe it made sense at some point. Right now, it doesn't make sense for me anymore because I want to experience something different. Your trust shouldn't be invested in the idea, oh yeah, they're going to give me what I want. No, your trust should always be invested in you. I am good enough to achieve that. I am worth it. I bring so much to the table. No one can afford losing me. Okay? So when you are certain about yourself and claiming a certain outcome for you, that's when you experience it. Because you know who you are, meaning everyone around you knows who you are as well. There is a lot that you are working on when you are doing this. You are changing your perspective. You are also imprinting your subconscious mind. And you also have to do the things that you have to do throughout the day. You have to work. You have to be around family and friends. You may have to face what you don't want to face. So it's very important for you to regulate yourself, to ground yourself, to regulate your nervous system. And you can do this by meditating, doing breath work like square breathing, taking cold showers, exercising, taking time for yourself. Whenever you feel like you are overwhelmed, you are anxious, you are not feeling yourself or not feeling the way that you want to feel, then you take a break. It's not a sprint. So you have to take breaks. It can be 1 day, it can be 2 days, and to invest in yourself until you start feeling like yourself again. You have energy, you are taken care of, you are feeling at least neutral, then you can start doing whatever you want to do, okay? You can affirm, you can visualize, but you have to prioritize your nervous system regulation, you being grounded. There is one piece of advice that I want to give you. You take or leave it, but for me, this is very important. Do not suppress your emotions. Emotions, they are not bad or good. They just are. And they need space and they want to be discharged. Okay? They want to discharge. They want to leave. So whenever you are feeling a certain way, that it's not the way that you want to be feeling, take some time. Sit down with that emotion and observe. See what is it telling you? What are the stories that are coming up? And you don't have to interact with the stories, just observe. When you listen, then you understand, okay, the feeling is coming because I'm telling myself that people always leave, that I'm never going to be happy, that this is never going to happen, whatever it is, okay? When you are listening to what is being said, then you can change the story. But in that moment, that feeling just needs some space. That emotion needs some space. You can even cry if you have to, but not from the perspective of, I'm a victim, people do that to me. You do this in a constructive way. You do this because you're ready to move on from that story. Because you are saying, this is not who I want to be. This story doesn't belong to me anymore. So it's time to move on. Manifesting a relationship is a beautiful thing, even though sometimes it requires a lot of work. But it's a beautiful thing because it reveals so many different aspects of us. And if you are open to this, if you are open to question the stories you have been carrying, the assumptions that you have made about yourself and others, and about relationships in general, then you will see how easier it becomes to achieve what you want. Take a deep dive in this. Listen to the stories, change them, trust yourself more, believe in yourself more, claim more, because you can achieve anything that you set your mind to, that you believe it is already yours. So that's it from me, guys. Thank you so much for being here. We are going to talk soon. Bye-bye.